Okay guys, I'm building the lighting setup for this test shot with liquid, with high-speed liquid running with Elinchromes. And by the way, before I start, let me show you. That is why I forgot to show you. There is a little knob here. You press it, and there is a way to detach the thing, right? And it's very little. I'm sure you can attach all kind of modifiers here, so boxes and stuff like this. Of course, it's not made for latch because it's just travel adapter. So let's look at what I have here. One light will be behind the background, and one light will be on top, and splash will be going somewhere here. See, with these lights, with those Quadra hybrid and Quadra Ranger RX power pack, the shortest flash duration you get in on head B. It's one of, when you use, as I understand, one head, only head B, at about 30% of maximum power. It's one of 5800 of a second, T.5, which is maybe around one of 3000 of a second, T.1. But you see, it's hard to imagine that you can shoot liquid with only one light. It's possible, right? It's just you can highlight the background when you shoot something translucent and clear, like water in a glass. But in most cases, the minimum lights you need is two, because you need to create some highlights on the liquid, and it's one more light needed. So I'm kind of going to test it in more real life situation with two lights, with two heads. And with two heads, the minimum flash duration, the shortest flash duration, is, according to manual, is 1 of 1000 of a second, which should be enough to freeze action. It's T5. I know that T.1 for 1000 of a second, 1 of 1000 second on Einsteins is enough for me. But, well, we'll see. Let's see. So, I'm going to mount this light on this nice stand, right? And it will be somewhere on top of our construction. And you see the cords, it's not really long. Again, this is travel park, and you're almost supposed to hold, the light modifiers when you shoot with this power pack on your shoulder. So it's not really long. It's not, I would say you can find on the broncolor much longer cords. But it's still useful in the studio, right? So I'm pointing it all the way to face down. Here I'm going to hang translucent plastic. Every time I'm talking about my photography and showing some behind the scene in most of my shots, I use this plastic. It's a white, it's kind of photography grade because, well, B&H sells it under backgrounds and diffuser section. And it's white, it's good white. No color cast on it. It's a plastic, and it's white as a reflector, and it's white as a diffuser. It's translucent. So I just got new roll of it. You see, this is a roll from B&H, and it cost with delivery around, I think, $40. It's about, how much? 15 feet long and 6 feet, 6 feet wide. So it's great. And by the way, if you are in Europe, there is no easy way to get B&H stuff. Bum. From there. And this question was asked many times on 40G photographers forum, where to get this thing or replacement in Europe. There are links on, if you go to www.40g.com/forum, that's where, you will find, just search it, links where to buy this or very similar stuff in UK and in Europe. Okay, so And guys, this is the best. This is the best thing I ever seen for most of studio projects. Tabletop, you know, this little product, and well, you see, it's not that large, but you can build whatever you want from it. Okay, so I'm gonna hang it right here, and now you see the lighting setup, and we'll continue when I'm done. Okay guys, everything is ready, and we're ready for the test. Let me show you a little what I kind of did, so you know what is going on here. I put a little glass, right? It's just a glass on that's my kind of do-it-yourself shooting table made from tripod, and I have one light behind that translucent plastic and one light right on top. Okay, this is basically the most common schema if I want to shoot liquid with only two lights, nothing special, just, you know, some boom 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 nice droplets. So, and well, I know you may not believe me. Let me turn on modeling lights. You see, because that light right behind, it creates nice spherical gradient, right? Not spherical, circle gradient on the background, shooting from behind, and this sits right on top of it. And if we do the test shot, in 1 minute I'll show you what's going on there. The camera I'm using is Hasselblad H1 with leaf up to 75 back at f22, 1/800 of a second. You see, f22 is may seem kind of, oh well, it's a lot. I mean, it's very little aperture, but I can tell you that for liquids, because it's kind of flying, you know, all the droplets, you need relatively deep depth of field. So I always shoot around f20 if lights let me. ISO 100, okay? And regarding shutter speed, it's not the case. I mean, that's not what I'm going to freeze action. I'll show you that when we shoot of 1/800 of a second and 1/100 of a second, there won't be any difference in lighting, anything, because it's only flash what freezes the action. But usually I shoot at maximum X sync of the camera. For Hasselblad, it's 1/800. Okay. So if you do a test shot using that sky port attached to the camera, if you look at the result. You see, just, I mean, very simple, right? And I'm going to drop this little nice, artificial actually, cherry in that glass, okay? I'm gonna drop it, and before I'm gonna do this, well, let's do a little test shot just to see how this cherry, look like inside that glass. And of course we need to put some liquid. And yeah, you see, cherry looks kind of nice. Little cherry sitting, not much light on it, but it's okay with testing the liquid. And now I'm gonna pour some liquid. Let's use some nice double cask 12 years matured whiskey, Scotland whiskey, and do a test. I'm kidding, it's just a bottle from it. It's a food coloring, okay? So I'm pouring liquid over there. Okay. And we're gonna drop this a little cherry. How are we gonna trigger? I couldn't spend a lot of time on this because it's just a test for Elinchrome, not you know, liquid workshop. But I'm gonna use trigger trap device, which is over there, sitting here, receiver, and I have a little projector which gets a light on it, and whatever I will drop will trigger the action, because that receiver, there is a light sensor which trigger the camera. I covered this on my latest workshop, 40 July workshop, when we were shooting liquids. I kind of described how to set all this stuff. So if you're interested, you can get it and see. But for now, I just tell them that it will be a trigger, which will trigger camera when the our little cherry will go through that area which is gonna trigger it. Okay, so let's start shooting. Okay, it worked. It worked cool, but we don't have much of the splash, right? Okay guys, I just did a few tests, let me show you, and dropped this little cherry, and cherry was too spherical and too little to create that splash which I was looking for. So that's what we're gonna drop. This is artificial acrylic ice, which look like, well, it looked better than real ice. We use it a lot in studio. So everything is set. Trigger is sitting here, projector, and when I drop, it should be some boom with splashes which will trigger the camera, and we will see. Our pack, let me go right here, close to our little pack, so we'll see what is going on, okay? So I'm sitting here, hiding from everything, and let me turn laptop so I'll see the result. I set Elinchrom Quadra Ranger RX to full power, but there is a trick, not a trick, but something which I actually forgot to mention when I was talking about this pack. The distribution of power between two heads is asymmetrical, okay? And that means it's not 50-50, and it's actually 34-66%, so basically 1 2/3. Head B gets less power, meaning the maximum, well, when used with two heads, it will get only 34%, right, of the power. And head A gets more power, but head B is a fast head, okay? The flash duration is the shortest on the head B. So if, let's say, I would need the possible shortest flash duration from this pack, I should use only one head B, and it will be, I think, around 130 watt-second, right? It's 34% of maximum power from 400 without head A connected, and it will be one of, I think, almost 1 of 6,000 of a second, T.5 time, which is maybe around 1 of 25, well, 1 of 3,500 of a second, T.1 time. Anyway, I'm not going to use one head to get that the minimum flash duration, because again, it's not practical. It's most cases it's not real for, let's say, for me to shoot any splash with just one strobe. I need at least two. So what I will be doing, we have this head A is here and head B behind. You see, head B gets short flash duration, and I think when it head A, it's together, it's 1 of 4,000 of a second. And in any case, let's say if you would have even different flash duration, I think when it's used together, it will be the same flash duration. I'm just not sure. But in case that there is a difference in flash duration between A and AB head when it's used together, I need to make sure that the shortest flash duration will go to background, because that's what will create a picture, basically, background light. I can easily turn off this light and it won't be much difference in the picture, except that we will lose some highlights, sparks. And again, for most cases, I need sparks on the liquid. Okay? So it's very important to understand that asymmetrical stuff, and there is a way to get the shortest flash duration from this pack. In second part, when I will be comparing this Elinchrome to Einstein and to Broncolor, I think I will get one head and kind of squeeze the maximum from it. Okay, but now let's just drop this ice and we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, we may need, oops, of course it will trigger the action because I put my fingers there. We may need drop a few times more, and of course I will be adding liquid to, no, please. In these cases I need to turn off trigger, of course. You see, this time it didn't get, I didn't charge Elinchrome. I mean, Elinchrome didn't get charged, that's why it's completely black. So let's drop and see. Okay, big bada boom. Okay, we got some splash. Whoo, nice. Let's see how it was frozen or not. Again, it's a real splash. I don't even, let's say, I don't know about numbers T1 or T05, I mean 2.5 times, all that flash duration stuff. We just look at the strobe, I mean at the result. And what I see that it's frozen. Really, all those little particles flying is frozen at full power. Let's say we go to 2 stops down, okay? So from 6 to 4, whatever it shows on the indicator. 2 stops down. I'm going to adjust it so it will be, let's say F16. Well, my F16. Let's go F18, 2 steps down. And of course it's gonna trigger something for us. We'll wait. Now it's much faster to recharge it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I need to go more than this. I mean the upper aperture a little bit more because it's a little bit darker. But still, few things went out of focus a little bit. You see those droplets, but everything is frozen. Everything is really frozen. So, and let's go at 2 stops down, 2 F stops down, right? At P2, it says P, and let's do some quick shot. And we're going to drop it again. Please don't do this to me. Oh, I forgot about aperture. Let's open aperture. Go to F10, let's say. Add some water. Oh. Rapid firing. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1. And again, everything is frozen. Everything is really frozen. If I look at the very first shot and compare it, I see a little bit of movement here, okay? Just a little bit. If we look at these little droplets, some of them out of focus, but you know the age on the last shot is. Let me see. Yeah, you see those kind of droplets. They sharper basically, much more sharper than on full power. So we see that on full power, it's of course it's longer than 1 of 4,000 of a second, but it's still, I don't know how much because nobody released that kind of information. You know what power settings you get in what flash duration. At least I never seen on the manufacturer that kind of chart. But in real life, when we shoot and that kind of action, of course, it can be, you know, much faster droplets running, depends how you throw it. But in general, in this simple kind of liquid splash photography, Elinchrom Quadra with AB heads, the fastest heads, works just great. Okay, so let's do just for fun maybe a few more shots at full power. Okay, not full power. Let's go a little bit less, half stop down, okay? Half stop down. And I'm going to from F10 to F18. And I will add some more liquid. Okay. Of course, it will trigger lots of action. And let's drop it. So let's go higher and see. When you go higher, of course, more velocity of that thing you drop, and faster splashes will be, higher velocity on the droplets. So let's see what we got. Some nice shot, and it's still really, really well frozen. So let me turn this guy off. Turn off this. As we see, for that particular studio product photography task, like liquid splashes, Elinchrome's, this little Ranger Quadra hybrid works really well. It's only 400 watt second, but it's the maximum you can get from Einsteins at that flash duration. And well, on next part of this test, we'll see how it will work exactly with the same environment against Einsteins and against Broncolor. I got this Broncolor Graphite 8.4 with pulsar heads, and well, you can probably predict some of the results, but still it will be really interesting how $500 monolight, meaning two lights, $1,000, will work against Elinchrome's, which around $2,500 for two heads with power pack, and it's battery powered and has tons of features, and well, it's really cool. And against much more expensive Broncolor Graphite. I don't have Scorer, the latest Broncolor pack, but again, Scorer is way more expensive, and it's not wise to compare, you know, them. So I really like to compare with Graphite, which is on second-hand market cost, well, around $3,000 pack, and around, I would say, $700 each head, each pulsar head. So it's more expensive than Elinchrome's, probably 2 times more expensive. And Elinchrome's 2 times more expensive than Einstein's. And of course, it's not only about flash duration. There are many things which is really important for photographer, even studio photographer like me, who doesn't go outside, you know, to shoot. But you've seen how cool this pack is built. You've seen how well it works, and you've seen how well it freezes action. So wait for next part of this review. Like this video if you like this. And well, see you next time. Bye guys.